started because, okay, hey everybody, it is Day and Destiny with us.
July
And
15th.
July 15th. And you know that we kept putting this off mainly because I'm a tired mom all the time. But I kept putting it off, but we wanted to do something on the 13th because for obvious reasons, we have made quite a few videos showing everybody that the number 13 is always present in these type of events that took place with President Trump. And I guess I should first start off by saying it's terrible that the president just got shot 2 days ago. Not cool. But even more, it's terrible that a person died.
Awful.
This was a man, an American man, a father, a husband. Um, this was such an unfortunate loss. So, like when I hear people saying things like, "Oh, I mean, but how didn't somebody get shot right behind him?" And it's like people did get shot behind him. People got shot and someone died. So it's like certain things are kind of like weird to me. But the reason why I wanted to talk to you, Destiny, is because um, I don't want to ask the obvious questions. I feel like the question of was it a setup or was it staged or not is just a mute point. I feel like that's very obvious. And it's very obvious that a very old energy is responsible for this because this is a very dated tactic that was successful with JFK, kind of successful even still to this day because they have not unsealed the records that, will prove that the CIA and everybody was a part of JFK's assassination. But it's all common knowledge, at least now. And we live in a digital world where everyone's got a cell phone, everyone's recording. So it's not quite the same where, you can just get that sensationalized moment that they get to capture, that they get to share and things like that. So I guess I'm trying to figure out what is everyone's real question. Like, are people trying to figure out if Trump has something to do with it, or do they think that I don't know what people are thinking. The conversations that I'm hearing are very confusing. So since you've been circulating these parameters, you can fill me in and let me know, like, what do the American people think of this?
Well, they certainly fucking think about it. That's for sure. They think about it. They're thinking about it. They're all thinking about it. It's not a single person in this United States who hasn't thought about it in the last 24 hours. That we can be certain. The group think has formulated to full extent. Everybody's thinking about it. Now, some people are thinking that this is a genuine situation of a genuine attempt on a president's life, an assassination attempt with Donald Trump. Some people are thinking, well, obviously this is the liberals setting up Trump to get him killed. They missed because they're liberals. They don't know how to aim. They don't like guns. So they're not good at them. And then there's the people that are like myself, which are saying, I'm very suspicious of the entire situation. I'm very suspicious. And I'm more off put, not by the situation. I'm more off put at the lack of people that are not off put by the situation, because I don't remember when, and at least in my existence, I'm pretty sure the Smith-Mundt Act was repealed in 2014, which gave the government the ability to lie to you via the media. And since when have they ever told us the truth on anything? On anything, right? If it's on TV, you can almost guarantee it's not true. And so there's some outliers out there who are on my kind of level that are like, I'm not believing anything unless I saw it with my own two eyes. And then the two divisive sides of politics, left and the right, they're blaming the other person or hysteria. I mean, I can't put myself in people's mindset, but that's what it appears to be, the general atmosphere and temperature of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I heard someone, Santana was watching an interview today. I can't remember who the guy was, but it was so stupid what they said. Hold on 1 second, because you're not gonna believe what they said. I walked into the guy saying that you people think that Trump is invincible. You people think that he's like a superhero and he can't be touched and everything. And I'm just very confused because I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, where's this angle going? Where is this going? And then he says that he believes that when Trump went down, he put one of those blood capsules and did that. And
I think it's a little extra. I don't think Trump's going to be doing all that kind of crap. I don't. Just because Trump is Trump, like he's the kind of person that have somebody do that for him. Like he's not going to do that himself. Like
listen, Trump.
I mean, I would believe it because what I saw with Ashley Babbitt's murder, you know, they handed her something, and that's very obvious in the footage. But I don't know what it was.
But this situation is different. I'd say, I mean, like you can see that it was very, very different. But I just felt that like it was just so uncreative. Like even that thought, it was just like, is that what you came up with? Is that?
I think it'd be more elaborate than that. I mean, that seems kind of child's play, you know.
Listen, obviously, our corrupt government, which everyone knows it is, set up this person, this character that they created, because they always create these characters. It's literally the same story every time.
It's my ex-boyfriend this time. That's what's great.
Literally Casey.
Yo, I haven't heard from him yet, but I've been waiting, just bated breath. I can't wait to hear it. I want his like picture, like a straight full picture, because it's a dead ringer. It's so I couldn't breathe yesterday. I was laughing so fucking hard. It was, yeah, and he looks exactly like my ex. I was like, what kind of Truman Show nonsense?
Yo, that was crazy. No, I wanted to show that because that was so crazy. So yesterday, me and Destiny kind of like were pinging things back off on X and everything. And then she said that he looks exactly like my ex. And we got to show anybody who hasn't already seen that thread. Oh my God, he looks just like the shooter.
It looks just like him. I was like, whoa, that's wild. Obviously, years ago, we haven't dated in like 10, 12 years, but like beside the point, it was a long time ago when he was younger, looked much more like that guy than I care to admit. But yeah, weird.
Yeah, that was wild. But it was just like, no, but for me, for what I see, it's the obvious. The obvious thing is Trump had a hit out on him. The 13th was definitely supposed to be the day they did it. They were not successful. Trump did not. I do not believe Trump knew. I do not believe that Trump was a part of this. Now, I will say this, though. I got a little bit more respect for Trump for the way that he decided that he was going to, like, eat up this moment, though. I did appreciate the improv.
Of course he did. Of course.
I
would expect nothing less of Trump than to come out like a boss. You know, of course Trump's gonna be like victorious, fist up, like Rocky IV shit. Like I'm there. Good for you, man. Like if there's a moment to milk, that's the moment to milk. You better come out that shit looking like if JFK would have survived. You better come out of it looking like a winner. You know? Whether it's real or not, it doesn't matter. You pulled it off. So, you know, if you were in on it or somebody planned it, it doesn't matter. You still survived. So, hell yeah. I would have flipped the whole audience off if I was Trump. I would have taken it a step further. I've been like, yeah, you missed bitches. I would have, like I was when the shooting happened on my house and I went out my front porch and I was like, 50 Cent. I would have done that. Yeah.
No, and it's so crazy because I was thinking the same exact thing. I was like, wow, I was like, well, see, and that's why he is who he is. Because the ability to be able to just adjust to
resilience.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliance that I don't think that people are really acknowledging that we all just witnessed, not to mention.
It's like the mic drop moments. It's one of Trump's mic drop moments. He's good at it.
Yeah.
Biden would have fucking like started crying. You know,
Biden would have been shot in the head. He wouldn't have had the wherewithal to.
But the messed up thing is the American public wouldn't have known he was shot in the head because he sounds just about like somebody who's been shot in the head. It wouldn't make any difference. He'd be mumbling Joe. It would be bloody mumbling Joe. It would still be incoherent. It's not like we'd be, if you were if you were blind, you wouldn't know the difference between Biden talking normal and Biden talking getting shot. You wouldn't know the difference. You'd be like, oh, he's just still doesn't make sense. You know, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, there's a comedian that predicted Trump getting hit though. Shane
I predicted Trump getting hit in 2020. Like literally, that was part of the reason why we left Africa. I got a premonition at that lunch, and I got a premonition that they were about to shut down the entire world, and we had to get out of Africa, and that there was going to be an assassination attempt on Trump. So that's why I said, so he was like, no, you said attempt. I said, yeah, it was very, very clear that it was going to be an attempt. And then when so much time had gone past, I was like, oh my God, did all my crazy premonitions, like some of them came true, but some of them didn't. So it was like, did I get us kind of like screwed up with some of these, you know, following myself? But no, when the 13th popped up, I said, of course it's going to be on the 13th. This was like confirmation that was like, I was trying to tell people what they were going to do. And I'm telling you, RFK, I'm telling you, people need to stop thinking that it is not possible.
That's true.
To be president.
It's definitely possible. We got more guns in this country than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
Super possible, just on numbers. But like, you know, the thing that like is interesting is a week ago, Maze had a space. And I was in it too. And I remember when this happened, that Maze had gotten word from somebody in Clubhouse that Trump had been shot at a rally in Pennsylvania. This was on the 9th of July, 8th or 9th.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I remember that. And there was like rumor that the communications, like telecom, was down and stuff. It was really strange. Never was confirmed, but she heard it from a friend. It wasn't like her personal firsthand knowledge. She was getting it from somebody else. But somebody said that Trump had been, they had shot him at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania a week before it happened. Yeah. So that's another thing that says, well, that's pretty sus. I mean, Trump was here 2 weeks ago. I went to his rally.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, there was no rumors of him getting shot at this rally. And he's been to how many rallies? And the premonition is over the one in Pennsylvania, just days before it happened.
No, Pennsylvania, it being in Pennsylvania is very specific. Those are things that you just can't gloss over.
Yeah. There's a whole video going around about it, actually. I could get it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Because I remember that space too. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
There it is. I have to send it to myself.
Okay.
Here we go. And all right.
Because, and listen, I am not saying that it is beneath Trump to set up an assassination attempt on himself. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that if he was to do that, he would have sent out a double. You think that Trump's going to take a bullet?
I don't know. I hope not. That's pretty stupid.
He's not. He's not taking that risk. Listen, those aren't the type of risk that a Donald Trump does. That's stupid. It's careless. It doesn't make any sense. You know, like, no, that shot that guy missed that clipped his ear was actually a good shot. It was a great shot. Literally, you saw his.
I mean, he's a young guy. I mean, how much experience can he have being a shooter, anyways?
Exactly.
You know, he's like a Lee Harvey Oswald at this point. Like you could shoot a gun, but you're not like Annie Oakley.
Exactly.
I put it in the private chat. The link to the video.
Let's see here. It's 2. Is it? Did you do it twice or something?
I might. Oh, it's the same number on the yes twice.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I don't know
it's
how I
not
did that, but yeah.
closed. Okay, let me share this. Okay. Here.
Love and envy. And so Monday, July 8th, I was in a popular Twitter space, about 400 people. It was Alpha Warrior, Maze, Love, and Envy. And at about 1:45 Eastern time, this is the announcement that came out on the Twitter space randomly.
You opened your mic. I saw you.
I did. I just need to see if this is true. I heard that there was an assassination attempt on Trump tonight and that Comcast is down. Is there anyone that's heard any of this or can validate any of this? Where the hell did Alpha go? Because he probably... all right. I don't know. I just wanted to announce that. I announced it before I validated.
Okay, and then about half an hour later, people were checking, and then this came out.
I reached out to her and asked her where she heard it, and she said that somebody, I guess where she's in Clubhouse right now, and she said that somebody that's in there in Pennsylvania, where apparently he's at, is reporting from there. And they said that the Comcast was down, and I guess it's down across the East Coast. I don't know. I'm looking into that too, but I haven't seen anything. I don't know. Hold on, Alpha. We coming to get you. But yeah, so it's. But apparently there was an attempt, and I don't know. I'm assuming that it eventually will make the news, but it just happened. I don't know. 1:00 in the morning. What the hell would he be doing out though? So I guess.
So random.
Huh?
Sorry, can I ask a question really?
Okay, she even said Pennsylvania. No one even knows if he was in Pennsylvania on Monday or Tuesday. That's Monday night, Tuesday morning, a.m., 1:00 on Tuesday. He was shot on Saturday, the 13th. That was 7/9. What does that mean?
Okay. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. See why I'm just not with it. I'm just not with any of this. It's just that's one hell of a coincidence. That's one hell of a friend who knows great premonitions. There must be the Oracle of Delphi. Like, that's pretty miraculous.
So basically you're saying like, now how is it possible that
you have foreknowledge?
A Twitter account can get information about this
from Clubhouse
days prior to it actually happening.
Yeah.
And somehow the president doesn't know?
And somehow his Secret Service doesn't know. And somehow the freaking CIA doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like the whole list of shit of people that should have known. Obviously, if it's making the rounds on social media from one social media to another, you're telling me your detail didn't know? You're telling me CIA didn't know? You guys would have had that perimeter on lock when you didn't.
That part. Because
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't make sense. Thank you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. See, I'm very like, I don't know how this is that clip viral? Is that
it's making its rounds. It's making its rounds. Lots of people immediately went to Maze. I think she's got a space right now. I'm sure she does.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's, because I remember when that happened, a lot of people were, like the guy said, a lot of people were in the space. Maze have been doing, really great spaces lately. They've been packed. So, I mean, a lot of people heard that.
Wow.
200 people heard that. And I don't know who that person is, her friend that's in Clubhouse. I've never been a Clubhouse person. I know that's where a lot of our space hosts come from. I don't even know what it really is. I know it's a platform that does shit kind of like X Spaces, but I've never joined. I've never looked at it. I have no idea. But she said, It doesn't even come down to Mays. It comes down to whoever Mays' source is on
Yeah,
Clubhouse.
exactly. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But it
Like
trickles.
that person, I would not be surprised if they have FBI on their front step in the next couple hours or already there. I would not be surprised. If you were the FBI, I would take that very credibly. Like that's a concern. That's a huge leak in information. You know.
No, now, but I got to tell you. But it's like, and see, and you know that they're saying that Biden has like taken down some of his videos or something like that because he's like getting away from the hate. You know, like everybody's trying to talk about, you know, this hate. And this interviewer that interviewed Trump, they got to interview Trump after the shooting. She said that Trump said that this really has changed things for him. And he said that,
I bet he doesn't know who Trump is. Like, he's so senile.
Probably not. So many hats, not just the MAGA hat. It's just
he's like, what? Who Trump? Trump. He's a good friend of mine from 150 years ago in the Senate. Like, I'm sure he knows nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, but I'm gonna tell you, I still don't think that Trump knew. I still don't think that Trump knew.
Which that on its own would be a massive problem, which I have a problem with and find hard to believe. Because if you are or were the most powerful person on earth and you have your own private detail, one that you've had to hire because you can't trust the Secret Service now because they work for technically your enemy, right? So you've got your own detail. Either you are poor judge of character and you picked a whole bunch of not shit people to be on your team protecting you who aren't protecting you. That's poor judgment on your behalf. They could be very good at lying, but that's still poor judgment.
I was going to tell you, but do not put it past the fact that people, it takes nothing for people to flip. Like it takes nothing for people to flip, and you only need one to get flipped, the smartest one to get flipped, and they'll just flip everybody else. So
that's why Trump should have learned, though. He learned when he had his administration and he had swamped people in his administration, and he found out that the hard way. And then he goes to trial, a whole bunch of his other people flip on him again. More people in the swamp, and you're fucking close. You should have learned by now who the fuck to keep close and not close. And if that means nobody at all, then don't go out. You know, if you can't trust him, you can't trust him.
So me and Santana were talking about that because for me, the body language, the way he was talking fluently, it wasn't like he was pausing and waiting for anything. He was just talking. I believe.
Well, I definitely don't think he had himself shot. I don't think that at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, no, I don't think that he was. I don't think that he was a part of it. And you know me saying that, like, come on, but I don't. I have to use honest eyes.
The problem is, it's worse if he wasn't in on it than if he was. Because if he was in on it, it'd be much more predictable. But the fact that he wouldn't be in on it, that's even scarier. Because that means there are people out there in high positions that are the most convincing liars that even a president who's been screwed over multiple times can't detect it. That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Not just a problem. This is a matter of national security because
that's what I'm saying.
Because like me and Santana were talking, because like we were even saying like, well, I mean, how is he supposed to travel knowing that Secret Service is compromised? Like there's no doubt, like whatever people want to believe about what happened, Secret Service.
He needs to turn to RFK Jr. That's who he needs to turn to. He needs to go to RFK Jr. RFK Jr. has already been denied Secret Service, which is great. That means he probably has some good ends on some real security to help him out.
Yeah.
He needs to ask Bobby for some favors.
Yeah. I mean, RFK is going to play into this some kind of way. I just hope that it doesn't. I just hope that it doesn't mean presidency. But this whole thing with Trump, that is very peculiar. But like I said, I still don't believe that Trump knew. I do believe that Secret Service knew. I don't believe that all of the Secret Service on the ground with him, I don't believe that they all knew because they were too comfortable. They were way too lax. They did not look like there was any threat posed. Their body language, you know, if you just look at their body language, these people were just there at a rally getting ready to listen to Donald Trump talk shit. I mean, that's really what it was. And then the tone of his voice, he was just getting warmed up. Like he was literally just getting ready to get warmed up with the way that he does his thing. So it doesn't appear to me that he knew. Like I said, Trump is not taking a bullet. Trump is not taking a bullet for anybody or anything like that. No. And that 20-year-old guy was not experienced enough shooter to just nick his ear like that. That's come on. I mean, at some point, like some kind of like common sense kind of got to get into this, because it's like, come on.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't far away, no, and he had a great scope, yes. I'm not taking any of those things away, but no, he missed. He was aiming to shoot Trump in the head. I mean, that's
absolutely.
And unfortunately, like I said, he did shoot another American in the head. And
I'd like to know more about that fucking person.
I know his name was Corey.
Yeah, but I have a hard time. Like
you're having a hard time finding
on
out
my level are not going to get it, and it's not an offensive thing. But I don't know how anyone would believe any of the deaths we see on TV that are at these big events, because I still have problems with Ashley Babbitt's death. That stuff still don't add up to me at all. And I have a hard, I don't know, this Corey person, volunteer firefighter, father, husband, I get it. Taxpayer, good American. That's great. But I have seen the same things have, like, for instance, I posted it on my freaking X, and I wish people would go watch it. Go watch the kid, David Hogg, after the Parkland shooting, when how many kids died? 22 kids, crazy, right? And the fact is, even the witnesses that are crying are actors. You know, I'll take the Alex Jones on this one. This shit's fuckery. It's not even real. Like, yeah, they had the same thing for the Parkland shooters, though. They had the same thing for the Parkland shooters. Every one of them got their own precious editorial. But it ain't real.
I really wish I could get dates for this guy. Like, what's this guy's birthday? Okay, so was this his truck? T27? Was this his truck? Is this supposed to be the fire truck that he rode?
I don't know. I haven't seen this.
Okay, I'm just seeing what we can find, what kind of numbers we can find. He's from Buffalo. Buffalo was also where the shooting happened, in the grocery store, when they said that they were taking out the guy who made the car that ran off the water, the black guy.
That was the year of like 12 different shootings in like a month. There were 2 of them happened in New York in like 1 month.
Yeah, and didn't the shooters all kind of look similar to this guy too?
They always look the same.
They always look the same. Yeah.
There's some, wide-eyed, strange-looking kid who hasn't seen sunlight in 6 months.
That's clearly on hallucinogenic
video games,
drugs.
Scribbling, I hate the world inside of a small note. Is he? Yeah. But like, until like, what? Where is it? Hold on.
I am just curious too, because I wanted to know, because I was actually hoping that you had more information about that guy, because I wanted to talk about that guy, because it's like, okay, well, Trump's alive, this guy's dead, so let's find out who this guy is. And apparently he was pretty close to Trump to get shot. So, how did he get there?
Like, I just sent you on X the link to the video I posted, and I've got, you know what? I'm going to do it too later today. I'm just going to upload all my videos of proof that if it's on TV, it's a lie.
You know that I told you that one day I was on Twitter, and it was me and Aaron Elizabeth, Unhealth Nut. Mm-hmm. We were going back and forth on a thread, and we were talking about like how everything is like a lie and everything that's on the news. And this person, we were talking about Epstein at the time, I think. And this person jumps in the conversation. They've only got like maybe 20 followers or something like that. And they're jumping into the thread saying like, everything that you see on television is a lie. Everything that the news is reporting to you is a lie. And they said, including Epstein and all of that stuff, including Hillary Clinton and the Haitian girls, including all of that. Like they were saying, and it wasn't like this person was like trying to get like Democrats or Republicans off the hook. It was not politically driven at all.
Just because it isn't politically driven. The lie extends in both directions. And that's something bipartisan people do not acknowledge, which is your side lies to you too. George Bush was the one who said, we got to just, keep repeating it and catapult the propaganda right into their head before they get it. Like he said that on live television, and people, whether he was joking, the guy can't put together a joke to save his life. Remember, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, well, can't get fooled again. He can't even joke right. No. So what makes you think he was joking in that instance? He wasn't. He was telling you, unfortunately, the truth, which is the fact that they lie to you and they repeat it until you believe it.
Listen, what Trump say? Trump said that he knows that the system is corrupt because he uses it.
Exactly.
So, but I do want to know more about this guy because, and in fact, I was even thinking about the whole J6 thing, right? Because
like Ray Epps, did people forget about Ray Epps? Like, did people forget about Ray Epps? It's just incredible, the attention span on the country. I understand TikTok is a thing. So people get sucked into this 30-second shock and awe mentality. But the reality is these are long-term repercussions. If it's real life, when have you ever had something massively happen in your life and it not have long-lasting effects on your life? Yeah. And yet we are tuned into a culture that says it changes rapidly and it has zero effect on your life. That is not reality. That will warp your mind into believing things and putting all your heart and emotion into something and cutting it off quickly. That's callous. That is cruel. That's fakery. That's fake. Just the reaction's fake because people don't really care. Do they really care about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp? No, they don't, because it's never affected my life, but it'll affect their lives if it's real forever. But our disregard for the reality of situations makes everything fake just by our own belief systems, which is wild.
And that's exactly why we're not talking about the Maui fire. That's exactly,
Look at that. What happened to that? No one cares about Maui no more.
As far as I'm concerned, that was a huge, huge deal. A lot
of massive. The place is in, I've seen video of it. It looks horrible. It's like a wasteland, and nobody cares.
No, it's just over. It's like, it's over.
Nobody cares. Remember the disclosure thing? Remember, and I know I told you, I said, just wait, watch to see what happens. Last year, we had 3 UFOs shot down over Canada, over Alaska, and over Lake Superior. And I told everybody, everyone laughed at me. I told everybody I was in a space with Game Tech Politics, and I said, nothing's going to happen from this. No, there's disclosure and David Grush and little aliens in Chile. This is not my first rodeo. It ain't going to lead to nowhere. Here we are, a year and a half after that disclosure to the government. And
listen,
where's the little green men, huh? What about the Las Vegas incidents where they found them eating in the backyard?
I was down here in Mexico during the beginning of COVID, and I don't even know if I even want to talk about this, but because I'm this person. They were told that they wanted this person to go to a place. I'm not going to say any names. How about that? They wanted this person to go to a place because they wanted them to look at these artifacts and all of this kind of stuff, down here in Mexico and all these different kinds of things.
Right.
So they start sending the pictures over. I got to see if I have the freaking pictures in here. And let me see. And it's pictures of like UFO relics.
Right.
But and it's all kinds of stuff, and they've got it looking old, and they all kind. I mean, it's so stones, tablets with inscriptions, all of this stuff. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "You going? This shit is fake. You know this shit is fake." I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "What is like? What is this?" You know what I mean?
Trust the Weather Channel. Like that's the level of which I am not believing shit.
Hell
If it
no,
says it's gonna rain this afternoon, I'm going to the beach. It's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine. I don't trust.
but I'm
Like,
saying,
I wish I was the government. I wish I was the government. You're never gonna catch me saying this bullshit again. But I wish I was the government. I wish I could rob you, steal from you, lie straight to your face time and time and time again. And people just, whenever I say something, go, "No, that's the truth. That's good. Yeah, I accept that." I freaking wish I had that kind of power where I could just do literally whatever I want and assault you and wipe the memory clean of the entire public of me assaulting you.
Move on. Nothing happened here.
Oh, I didn't just rob you blind. I didn't make you work for taxes for absolutely nothing while I print off trillions of dollars, putting inflation on you, causing you to be in debt to me, the person who caused your debt. Oh, geez, Louise. Like, I mean, it just, it's a system that's just, it's slavery at its finest, but it got the mind before it got anything else.
Yeah, no, they own us like our minds. We are in prison here. And it's crazy but I was saying that to say, I was watching the alien momentum build up from a very infancy stage. Like it wasn't being talked about like that all over the world in America and stuff like that. It started here. And then that's why it was hilarious. Like 3 years later, just last year, when they came out with that little Mexican alien down here, and I was just like, oh my God, they're still pushing this shit. I wonder if it's those same people that were trying to get my friend to push this alien narrative, because down here in Mexico, there's a little town with all of this alien stuff on like the walls. Like they really are really into this type of stuff, and they're waiting for spaceships and all of this stuff. Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. Like they're really trying to propagate this thing.
People want anything but the simple truth. I was just saying this to somebody the other day. They want anything but just the real truth. They're like aliens and Zeta Reticuli, blah 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 blah. It's like, bruh, you ain't got to complicate it. Life is difficult enough.
Exactly.
Why has it got to be so fantastical? It's already pretty fantastic. In fact, it's the definition of we invented fantastic. That's how Earth go hard. Okay, we don't need anything else. People consider themselves about the fuck happened on Zeta Reticuli, bro. Literally come back to Earth. Like this is not going to be that. There's enough conspiracy and crazy nonsensical nonsense on planet Earth. We don't need to be making it about aliens too. Like you are just, you are asking for pain. You're asking for mind fuckery. There's enough here to sedate the mind forever. We don't need to be shooting for the stars here. Like, and I don't say that to stifle anyone's conspiracy mind. If you want to believe in bleep bloots on planet Zerlon, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You know what? I got enough fucking problems here. Have fun with the woo up there. Like just nonsense. These are the same kind of people that can't tell you a damn thing about it, like astronomy. They can't tell you how many planets, solar systems. They couldn't tell you which star's which in the night sky, but they're ready to believe in Zeta Reticuli, but they can't tell you where it is in the sky. I know where Zeta Reticuli is. I could actually point to it. Most people can't, but they're going to care about some little aliens that may have probed somebody back in 1946. It's poor conspiracizing. That's what it is. It's poor conspiracy.
I'm going to tell you that anytime that there is any kind of homosexuality connotation on a narrative that is created of something that we don't know that your wicked system is a part of that, because the aliens, there is no, if there is aliens, we don't know what the fuck they comprehend as anything.
Yeah.
So you know, so to explain, it's so idiotic and it's so low frequency that like I don't even like to even get into the alien conversation because
It's bad.
it is bad because it's like because you can't make comparisons to what else would be considered a UFO. And I try not to offend people. You know, I try to respect all religions. I appreciate all religions. In fact, I think all of them are very beautiful to a degree. But what makes a UFO alien coming from the sky, beaming down, any different than like what we're all wanting Jesus Christ to do?
There's that too. That's a lot of it, though. I think a lot of people misconstrue, divine moments and say, "Oh, it's aliens." I'm sure they've been doing that
And-
for a time.
And that's what I'm talking about. What you just said just right there is like the substance of what I realized that this 13 and 62 and these numbers really mean, because it's not just some math that these fuckers figured out how to do some hocus pocus magic. No. This place has been running for a very, very long time, and they've been observing it for a very long time, and they have the records. They have all of the data about how things happen, when things happen, all of those kind of things. So these pieces of shit are literally taking credit for things that are actually just naturally happening by God, happening by the Creator, whatever you call it. I don't care. It's happening. Whatever it is, it's happening, and the entire world acknowledges that invincible factor that no one can explain. The reason that science has been unsuccessful because they still can't seem to get that rainbow connection. So, so I don't, like I said, alien conversation always turns into religion for me. You know what I mean? I always end up like going into that, and then people feel like I'm kind of like not a good Christian or whatever, because I just speak what it is, and it's just very obvious. It's very, very obvious that they're selling you an illustration. They're selling you caricatures. They're selling you, it's just Hollywood. Like the same way that Hollywood has to make all those spacecrafts for the movies and stuff, for the sci-fi stuff, they actually replicate that stuff. They actually make that stuff. So it's nothing for them to fire one of those things up and put it in the sky and say, oh,
look at the Avro car. Our military built a UFO in 1976, I think it was. Avro car. You can go to archive.gov and type in Avro car, AVROCAR, one word. Avro car. We built a UFO. The thing flew about 5-6 feet off the ground, and they were flying around USAF hangars back in the 70s. And now they're able to do that in the 70s and make a flying saucer in the 70s that you can go watch the official government footage of. I have it saved on my computer, but people should really go watch it. You can download it from the archives. I mean, that was 1970 something. And the only reason people don't believe that we've gone beyond that capability of only flying 5 feet off the ground, right, is because they destroyed the Apollo 11 tapes and stuff and all that technology. So people think that for some reason we just stopped progressing in the 1970s following that last lunar mission and the Avro car. They stopped. Don't worry. Nothing was invented but cell phones and shit since. But, it's not like they couldn't be better than they. Of course they can do better. And the fact that that's what they showed us they were doing in 1976 means they were 100 times better than that then. But that's the cookie they gave you to say, here, eat up. Are you satisfied? Here's an answer.
Right.
We're this far along. But no attempt since?
No.
Okay, I believe it. I believe it. Sense. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how I knew. Now clearly I didn't know that Trump was gonna get shot on the 13th, even though I guess maybe I did know. But anyway, I knew that something was about, I knew that the cup was about to boil over. I knew we were at that point when I saw Candace Owens doing shows about Flat Earth. And then right after she announced that she's looking into Flat Earth, Roseanne did a podcast with the guy David Weiss, who Santos has had on his platform, because Santos was like the #1 Flat Earth person ever searched from like I think 2015 went up. Well, now this guy David Weiss, he has like surpassed that. He's got an app that people can download, that they can map all of the stars and all of this stuff using the Flat Earth model, yada, yada, yada. Well, Roseanne just did a podcast with him and just interviewed him. So I said, okay, if they come out and they say this, and let's not forget, they also have Terrence Howard simultaneously coming out trying to do his thing too. Okay, and it all pertains to the same thing, because understand that this is talking about completely changing science. This is talking about completely changing the face of science, math, everything. If these two things happen, if that pivot happens and they say it's flat, which I am kind of like against it being used that term, because this has already happened in history before. The flat Earth, the heliocentric model that we currently are using now, like that's already, we know that this is propaganda because there are two extremes.
Right.
You have two extremes like that, you know that it is a built-in fight.
Right.
Okay? So now that I'm seeing that a Candace Owens is opening the door and publicly saying these things and publicly telling people that the moon landing was fake. She's publicly saying that. She's publicly saying that NASA lied about all of these things. No mainstream media has done that. We all know, but no mainstream media will touch that. It's a ridiculous conversation. You do not entertain a flat earth conversation. It's stupid to those people.
Right.
Okay? It's stupid. You don't even touch it. Neil deGrasse Tyson has managed to avoid the
flat shit, I hate him so much.
Yeah, but
I wish he was some like any other race but one I share. Like he just brings such shame to my whole color. It's offensive. I can't stand that guy. I really can't.
Well,
he's the guy who was pro-vaccine, who went on Del Bigtree's The High Wire and tried to argue with Del Bigtree that, you should definitely get your shots and get your boosters. They're better for you. Bro, first off, stick to rocket science, man. Just stick to rocket science. You don't know shit about these horrible things called vaccines. Like the fact he shilled that against Del Bigtree, that first off, you picked the wrong opponent.
Well, all of that's purposefully done because of optics, right? Optics is everything. 90% of what we consume is through our eyes. So optically, you need to show the fat black man who's not attractive, let's not forget that too, to be the smart guy who's on their team, okay? So, because best believe that they're going to try to use Terrence Howard, and it's going to be black men, Terrence Howard, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they're going to use them to go against the flat earth model. Now, let me tell you what the problem is with that. The problem with that is the fact that what Terrence is trying to accomplish cannot happen with the current scientific method that they have in place right now because of the math. And this is what he's doing. He has made simulations. He has duplicated things. He has reproduced it. He's multiple times. Like, he's putting in the work. He's got Google's amount of patents, all of these kind of things. And he's saying that no one will talk to him, for obvious reasons. You can say whatever it is. You can say it's because he's a black man. You can say it because he's an actor. You can say it's because whatever. They're not giving him the time of day, even though he did speak at Oxford. about the flower of life and what was missing, and that
Yeah.
he's saying that, and he was trying to get those kids to get on.
Well, he just talked to Weinstein, right, on Joe Rogan.
And which it was a very difficult thing for me to watch, because Weinstein, he was just what that creature is. He's what that creature is. Anytime he's in a room with someone who's smarter than him and didn't go through the institution.
I haven't watched it, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's degrading.
I don't watch mainstream shit anyways, but
No,
like,
I
and I
know.
do consider Joe Rogan like mainstream. It's been a while since I've watched.
No,
watched
it is.
things.
So it was demeaning in the sense that, Terrence did not go to any of their shitty institutions. He's a self-taught, he's just a genius. He's brilliant. And I'm not saying that everything that Terrence has is correct. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I haven't studied enough into what he's doing to know. But what I can tell you is that he's light years more intelligent than these people that he's trying to get approval from. And that's the problem.
Right.
Those are the gatekeepers. Because when you're watching the interview that he just did with Weinstein, if you look at his body language, he's literally like gripping his fist like, but you gotta stop teaching. You gotta stop talking like that. Like literally, he's like trying to hold on to their shitty institution and what means everything to them. Because if what he's introducing is put in, they're nothing. Everything that they've built their science off of completely.
I know all about that. It's the same reaction I feel for you, Terrence, because it's the same reaction when I try to tell people what's going on and people just look like, no, like if you just stop talking about that, would you please stop? Like, stop believing that, Destiny. You got to stop believing that.
Yes, that's how it was.
And it's very demeaning and it's very annoying. It's like, and I feel like I get where Terrence Howard's like, I'm trying to help you assholes. And nobody wants to hear it. Like, I get how that feels 100%. I don't have to watch
and when I was watching it, right, because I was really irritated, because remember the first interview he did with him, I was asking you to watch it because I was like, I got feelings, because it's just like, wait a minute, Terrence is extremely, extremely too intelligent to not acknowledge the very, very obvious thing, which has something to do with what we believe is taking place. Like we're spinning and we live on this perfect ball and all of this kind of stuff. Because of that, he can't understand why they can't understand that it doesn't work. But he's still using the same model that they're saying that they're using, but he's pointing out to them that they're actually using a flat earth model, because all NASA shit uses a flat earth model. And it's like, you don't see that they're creating that confusion for a reason. You don't see that, so now I realize watching the second interview, oh no, it's a very simple problem. He's a Pisces. We have a really, really difficult time. We understand things really, really well, very, very detailed, but it's in our head. When it comes time to like explaining it to people, especially when you're talking about in a science world where people are programmed about vocabulary and all of that kind of stuff, they're going to just keep shutting us down, because they're going to say, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not what that word means. That's used inappropriately. And they just completely get to discredit you, even though you can show physical proof of what you're saying that you can demonstrate. You know what I mean? And it's insane. Language. It's all just spells and shit. That's why they have their jargon. That's why they have all of that stuff, because it keeps it harder for the information for regular people. But you got regular, brilliant ass people like a Terrence Howard who can just see. They don't need to know what those words mean. They can just see. And that's something that they hate on, and they want to control it. And they need to be able to control Terrence. And the worst part about it is Terrence wants, well, actually, it's not even so much on Terrence. It's really nowhere else for fucking Terrence to go. Who else is he going to go to with this information? It's a shitty existence. So
I'm under the personal belief that the whole thing, like whether or not Terrence is right, which I'm not smart enough to know. I'm not.
Me neither. Me neither. That's what I said. I don't know.
Science beyond big pharma is not my strong suit. It's not. It's not. And it's not because I support big pharma. It's because I'm against them and I know they're liars. But like, I mean, I'm not dumb enough to the point where I couldn't take the time to fully investigate. And I don't have any doubt in my ability to learn shit. Because you learn every day, which means you're capable. So I'm definitely capable of fully understanding what the hell he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But do I find it valuable for my time? I put a lot of value on my time and where my energy's going with my head, because I will get down to the freaking bottom of it. I know I will, because if I put myself on a task, it's getting done. I will not let it go until I'm satisfied. And is it worth my time to see if he's correct? No, it's not. Why? Because I'm certain other people will find it worth their time, who are very intelligent people, and they will either confirm or deny his shit sooner or later. Right? I have faith in humanity. People will do that. There are hella way smarter people than me out there that are going to take care of this. I have faith in that. So like, I don't even waste my time on shit I know other people wasting their time on. I waste my time on shit that like people aren't wasting their time on. That's what I'm concerned about. Because whether or not Terrence Howard's right, or whether or not Trump got shot and he was in on it, or whatever the fuck, none of it matters under the guise of like the bigger picture here, the bigger picture, the one where we're all still getting screwed, the one where obviously the world is coming close to an end, the one where all the governments of the world are lockstep for some ominous reason that we just aren't allowed to see, and everyone's ignoring it. Like, with that really going on, I mean, it's very difficult to take any of it seriously. It's very difficult.
No, but see, that's the thing. I don't even think that people need to take it seriously. I think people need to see the timing of when all of this shit is coming out. You know, I felt, remember the thing that I told you that bothered me about the first interview with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan? I said the timing.
Mm-hmm.
The timing is what bothers me. It has nothing to do about any of that stuff. It's the timing. And because of what the information is about. And then only, 2-3 weeks later, now you got Candace Owens coming out about, I'm looking into flat earth.
He came out about freaking NASA. I did a whole space for me. We did like 8 hours space on that.
She came out about she came out and said she's going to look into flat
which
earth.
I thought that's awfully late, Candace. Welcome to the party.
But see, and I'm glad you're saying these things, because this is proving the point that this stuff is being rolled out at a timely fashion that they are controlling. Because Candace says the reason that she's looking into flat earth is because of a recent post that she had, and people were putting comments on there saying, you should look into flat earth. You should.
Yeah, I know what post she's talking about, the NASA post.
But no, my whole thing is, you've heard about flat earth theory before then. Come on. You heard about it.
Yeah, but the fact is not necessarily that because it was in the comments. It was because her mind had already been opened when she learned about the moon landing and stuff. When she figured that out, which is what that post was about, that people started commenting about flat earth. She had already realized, oh shit, they actually lied to me. NASA's a bunch of Satan, Mason, magician worshiping freaks that started this thing, right? And I was like, well, where you been? And once you do crack somebody with, like, there are gateway drugs, so to speak, in terms of conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Like, a gateway drug to believing that the CIA controls the world is the Kennedy assassination. Like, once you accept the fact that they were behind that, then you have to later accept the larger conspiracy that they're a rogue entity within our government, which is corrupt. And they run most of the things, then you can go down a whole bunch of rabbit holes. But that was the gateway drug, is JFK. Once you get that, she took the gateway drug of the moon landing. And once you have the gateway drug of the moon landing, it is not very far off from that one that you get to flat earth. It's the gateway drug to flat earth is 100% the moon landing. I'm not saying it happens every time. I'm not a flat earther, but I also do think that we faked moon landing 100%. And
no, that's not how I got to flat earth. I got to flat earth looking at vaccines. It made no. That's what I'm saying. Everybody
gateway drug. It does. And that's what they don't like about conspiracies. They know
everybody gets. It's so crazy, and that's how you know that we really are connected here. Like, and we've done this thing before. for, because so many of us come to the same exact conclusion in completely different ways. Like, like I didn't get into flat earth and all that kind of stuff until I was in Holland. And we, like I said, we were doing research about the vaccines and all that kind of stuff and, all that. And then so we started looking at the Bible. We started looking into like religion and different things like that. Then that's how it was religion. It was the Bible that got us into flat earth, actually. And Santana kept looking at stuff and it annoyed me because I came upstairs and I'm like, okay, we literally left the country so we could find the answer. You know what I mean? And you're sitting in here watching fucking flat earth videos. Like, that's how I felt. And he's like, baby, it's all connected. And the way he said it to me and looked at me, I was like, okay. So I just sat and we just watched it and we just explored this whole thing and we found out about NASA and just all the stuff that we've been lied to about. And, and like I said, then we started traveling more and talking to different people around the world about what they know and all that kind of stuff. And then it's just like, holy shit, we really don't know where the fuck we live at. Like, we've really been lied to about where we live at.
But my question is, like, is the lies that we've been living in this fake reality? My thing is, there's nothing on God's green earth that people don't do. Like, if they can get paid for it, if they can get something out of it, they're going to, right? Nobody's going to do shit for free if they have an option to not. If you're going to offer to walk up that hill for $1 million or just walk up it, whichever you want. You could walk up it and receive $1 million, or you could walk up the hill and not receive shit. Which one are you going to see? You could take the $1 million. Yeah. Why? Because that's just the nature of exchange. You put in effort, therefore you will feel like you deserve something for it, right? So that's just the nature of things. We're greedy people as humans. We're not, we are. We're selfish by nature because we have to be. You have to fend for yourself. Mm-hmm. It is part of life. It's unfortunate that we are selfish creatures. But my thing is, if all these things are happening, do you think it's for nothing?
No,
do you
I
think
don't.
All this hoax stage bullshittery that the government and the governments of the world and NGOs and all these other, all that effort, why do you think that is? And that's just what I want people to think. Why? Okay, maybe it is a flat earth. Maybe Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Let's just say that the moon landing was filmed by, fucking somebody in a hangar somewhere, with a fake moon and fake dust. And maybe that's all true. Maybe it is. For what? And now people just don't ask that. It's my
I do. I do. And in fact, that's why
the answer to that should be the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and that was the reason why I was annoyed that Santana was looking at flat earth. Because I'm like, we're literally living in a foreign country. We're trying to find different treatments and different things like that for our son. And you're in here looking at flat earth. And because I just thought it was ridiculous to even have the conversation, because it's very obvious that we live on a globe and everything, the shit that they taught us in school. And then once we started digging and researching and people were doing so much work out there, it was just like, oh my God, well, one thing I can tell you is everything that they fucking told us is a lie. They have lied to us. NASA has lied to us about almost every moon landing that I have looked at so far has been fake. Every satellite.
But it doesn't matter. That's the point I'm trying to make, though, is it doesn't matter. Because people still refuse to ask the question. Like, the fact that we're even asking, is it real or not real?
Oh, so no.
Why is it going on? Why?
Yeah,
and nobody wants to answer the question. The question only has one answer, and it's the one answer that nobody cares about. And it's the only one that they should care
about. The only important one.
And I'm so over the fucking entire social construct of the internet right now, because they just, no matter how many things blaringly push this into their face, they will blindly look away and point to anything.
Yeah,
well, this is a hoax.
They're going to continue to be insignificant, because the reason that they're lying to us is to make us feel like we're insignificant, when the actual truth is we are everything. we are the reason that this thing keeps going, and it
But
can't.
why are they trying to make us insignificant? Like people, like the whole everything is blaringly in the face of one thing and one thing only. If all the government's aligned to all the people, why would they do that? Is it just for power? Because they've had power forever. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't get what it wants. If it gets what it doesn't have, it wants a certain level of security. And that security comes with us being in the dark. True. Us being in the dark is their power. But why would they all who hate each other agree at this one point in history? They're all working together for a new world order.
But who hates each other? Who hates each other? They don't hate each other.
They don't. Exactly. They don't. They tell us they hate each other. Putin man bad. Orange man bad.
Right.
In this country, China. But that's not true.
They're cousins.
They're
related.
best friends.
Yes.
You know, Biden loves nobody more than he loves Putin. You know, Xi Jinping absolutely loves Nancy Pelosi. Like they all get along. Xi Jinping and freaking Boris Johnson, they suck each other's, you know what? And nobody can seem to see that that's strange. They lead us to believe we're not friends. We get along with Russia all the time, 24/7. Only on TV do they tell you we don't. Name one Russian who's hurt your feelings personally. Who's caused you problems? Not one American I know can name one. Why? Because we're not enemies with Russia. Name a Chinese person that screwed you over.
No,
we
had this. Remember, you had a space one time, and somebody was saying some like really racist stuff against Chinese people, saying like basically making a blanket statement, saying that Chinese are racist and Chinese are this, Chinese are that. And I asked them, and I was like, "Yo, have you ever been to China?" And I'm like, well, I'm just saying that because I had never been to China either, so I couldn't say like I've been there and everything. But now I can say Santana just came back from China, you know. And but I found in my travels that you can't make blanket statements like that because that hasn't been my experience. Like places that were supposed to be very racist weren't. You know, I mean, racism exists everywhere. It's everywhere in the world. It's in every country. It's in every state. It's in every city. Within every vicinity you are in. There is some racist shit going on. Okay, there is no way that it's not there. But the stereotype that gets stuck on people on specific groups of people is a really shitty thing to practice. I feel like because you'll start doing it with everything. It won't just be people. It'll be material. It'll be your work. It'll be all kinds of things like that. So I don't like to generalize like that. Like, I mean, you could say all Nazis are pieces of shit, sure. You know, that's a game.
Yeah, and of course they're not. No, they're not. Not all Nazis piece of shit. Why else would the American government employ 1,300 of them?
Oh, that's
not those Nazis. Not those ones. Not the ones that put us on the moon. Yeah.
Oh my God. My daughter, wait a minute. I have to show you something. My daughter is, I'll send it to you later, but you know how like on Instagram, they'll like have the princess thing and it'll show you like what Disney princess you are or whatever on top of your head, and then the kid shows their expression. Well, we did it, and the picture of the girl Elsa from Frozen popped up for Epiphany, and her facial expression was priceless because she could have cared fucking less. She was like, and I was like, it's Elsa, and she's like, and she's trying to like pretend she's excited. Wait a minute.
This is great.
Yo, it was,
lovely.
Wait a minute. You gotta see this shit. This shit is hilarious. So let me see if I can find it. Here it is.
She's like, good for that.
She didn't give a shit.
That was like a Joe Biden accepting a gift he didn't know he got. Look like.
Oh my God. No, it's hilarious. But the Nazis literally run Disney, and not NASA.
NASA. And NASA.
And not to mention are really high up in
I
most
schooled
of your
people for like 6 hours on that. Like NASA, and I'm not even gonna get into it today, but I've dedicated so many hours of my life proving to people how our gut, which makes no sense. This is, and the fact that it doesn't make sense only proves my point further that it's all bullshit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But why would we live in a country that today is conspiracy says is ran by Jews, which wouldn't be true if we had 1,300 top tier Nazis come into this country? Why wouldn't they have been mad about that? Why would they have allowed that happen if they control the country? That doesn't make sense.
It
doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
No, it's just that building.
The world is coming to an end.
Yes.
People need to accept Jesus is coming back. The world is ending, and the governments are lying to you right now. Right now, they're all lying to you. There's a reason we've had 171% increase in space launches in the last 10 years. There's a reason. There's a reason all the food burned down, all the processing plants, all 375 of them in the last 2 years burned down because they stole the food and burned down the facilities to hide it from you. There's a reason all the priceless works of art in England are being desecrated by kids that are mad and throwing crude oil because it's not the real painting. They're taking the real ones underground, and people will not see the truth. No matter how crazy I sound screaming it, they don't want to hear it. But that's the truth. And
I
anything
think that it's probably also a problem of what are we going to do about it? Because we have a lot of information about all of this stuff.
The one thing people can do is stop believing the fuck shit.
Well, that's
the one thing they can do.
That's the first step.
Stop doing that. That's a huge step, though. It's a big, uncomfortable step, but people have got to stop believing what they see on TV. They got to throw that television set away. That's rule number one. Number one, don't watch that. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your soul. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for nothing. I'm not saying get rid of all media. You have to have a way to be entertained. I suppose I have an imagination. I don't necessarily need it, but I need it to get the words out, because that's how other people consume information. Mm-hmm. But the first thing people got to stop doing is relying on the government for anything. It's difficult because they control everything. It's hard. You got to stop doing that. And then you got to stop believing fake shit, which is anything on the media.
I think that people need to come to terms with the fact that the way that we have lived our life is going to look different very, very soon. How I know it's very, very soon is because of these conversations that we're talking about right now. We have the fact that we have Candace Owens talking about she's looking into flat earth. You got Roseanne interviewing the #1 flat earth person. You've got Donald Trump, who just got shot. You've got the election that's happening on when? November 5th. November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. Some shit is popping off. Yeah, I know you want to get it. I do want to get it.
I'm trying to think of where it is, too. I'm trying to think of where the fuck it is. I'm like, is it next to me? I'm going to get it.
She can't help herself.
Of course I am. The hell? What do I look like? Hold up.
Yeah. But listen, and I don't know if you guys remember. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play the clip for you guys. Hopefully they don't flag my channel for playing this clip. But this movie tells you everything. The movies tell you everything. And I
wouldn't have it on hand.
And that
much better. This is what I was waiting for.
Okay, let me see. Here we go. There she is, guys. There she is.
100%.
See, this is what we need, and I need this because I'm going to play the clip. And I just hope that they don't
Is it the Diglitude, Vidigius, Vivian, blah, 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 blah? Is it that one? Because I like that.
Maybe.
Mr. Dascom,
where we are.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. This message must be read in every newspaper, heard on every radio, seen on every television. This message must resound throughout the entire interlink. I want this country to realize that we stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
In the former United States, civil war continues to devastate the Midwest.
Scientists attribute this latest water shortage to the lack of rainfall the last 2 years. Ministry officials expect water coupon prices to rise.
Police have arrested 9 suspects.
Can you believe?
Outside the quarantine zone, a new airborne pathogen has killed 27 people.
Authorities have uncovered new evidence linking the terrorist organization called V to the St. Mary's viral attack on London 14 years ago.
Come on, y'all. Listen. Y'all have to see that all of this stuff is scripted.
100%.
All of this stuff is scripted. And it's just like, I don't know what it's going to take for people. Oh, this is what it's going to take. And this is what V's suggestion was. That I am not by any means telling anyone to do this, but I'm just saying that, this is the other option for let's say for a radical person. Let's just say he's radical. He's a little radical. But is he radical? Have we been enslaved? Have we been disrespected? Have we been just completely violated enough for something like this to have to take place? I mean, I don't know. It's been pretty bad, though.
This is the part where the girl gets shot on the street and then it starts the revolution thing. Oh, okay. This part, okay.
Music, Mr. Finch.
I'm gonna mute the music because they'll take off my stuff.
Take this off, yo. Take this off.
Wait a minute. I just want you on here. Let me just put your. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Wait. No. There she is.
I bought this back in I bought this in 2020 because I was like, yo, they used to have a 1 million man march of this on the 5th of November in DC. I don't know if they still do it anymore.
They need to because listen, this is the only way that any kind of respect they don't respect us. So they're going to continue to do what they do. Their only way of knowing respect is through violence, guns and bombs. Like you see, that's what they do. That's what they do. They don't know how else to function. So unless someone is trying to come after them or destroy what they have, they just want to keep it coming. And I mean, I'm not really into murder. I'm not really into those kind of things. So, they play on people's conscience. They play on people's spirits. Because I couldn't do any of the things that they do. I couldn't do what Joe Biden has done and send all of those people over there to go massacre all of those people. No way in hell I could do something like that. No way. I couldn't do what George Bush did. I couldn't do what Obama did. I couldn't do what any of them did, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that's a side of beauty right there. Maybe we're going to be seeing a big V in the sky. I don't know, Des. I don't know. But I just know that we're in a very, very, very weird time. I think that people are asking all the wrong questions about what happened. I think that we really need to be thinking about, okay, what's coming? Because they really do have the election on November 5th this year. I did not make that shit up. It's really on the 5th of November. That will be, and I'd say that this probably is the biggest election we've ever had. considering the fact that literally President Trump just got shot. We haven't had to deal with that.
He's gonna win.
Yeah.
There's no there, and the shitty thing for the Democrats, I don't care about their feelings, but or bipartisanship in general. But the shitty thing for them is like, if this was y'all's plan was to shoot him, first off, you messed up so bad. He's definitely going to win now. Like, I already thought he was going to win before, but he's definitely going to win now. 100%. Nobody's not going to vote for him. Look what happened. Reagan got his second term. Thank you, right? Because he had the attempt on his life. If JFK would have survived, you bet money he would have won that next election. Because people like survivors. We had a whole show called Survivor in this country. We love that shit. We love that shit. Love it. You know why? Look at Rand Paul. He got the brakes beat off him by his own neighbor. Like, what was that? 8 years ago? He got the complete brakes beat off the poor dude. He had to have his jaw wired shut, like 12 of his ribs broken, from his upset neighbor who almost killed him. And look, Rand Paul still got his position. Like, because people like survivors. They love survivors. Who doesn't? I love survivors. Survivors are awesome. It's like, way to go. You beat the odds. And nothing says American more than we survive. Like, that's not the American dream. That's the American reality. We survive.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, actually.
It's a nightmare.
Because like literally you do have to find a way to survive here. So, it's a crazy world. I just think that everybody just needs to be kinder to each other, because we see that this system is willing to do anything. And they will.
It really is.
And they will. And I think that if nothing else, like, I'm not looking for Donald Trump to save my life. Even though I would prefer over Biden, but like I don't have those same feelings about these people, because I know what they are. They're all actors. Including the freaking shooter that just shot Trump. So
you got to pull up that video before people start believing anything about this damn shooter. I sent it to you in the DMs. The David Hogg.
Okay, wait a minute. It's in the
David Hogg when Parkland shooting.
Where is it?
I sent it to you on X.
Oh, X. Okay.
I could put it in here too if you want me to, but I think I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
I
didn't mean to click that. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean to.
You just gotta share your screen then.
It's on the other platform, but I could do it. Hold on.
Or you can send it to me.
Because I don't. They don't let me. Oh, I did not just do that. They don't let me, for some reason, use StreamYard on my Mozilla Firefox, so I always have to open it on. It's a pain, but here I got this.
I was gonna say I can also, if you send it to me, I can play it too. So.
No, I got this. Okay. Can you see it?
I'm about to pull it up right now. Oh, yes. I got it.
Okay, this is David Hogg, minutes following his heroic, saving of his.
Brief him a little bit more, Des. Just give him a little bit more context of who this guy is for somebody who doesn't know.
David Hogg is one of the Parkland, Florida. There was a high school in Parkland, Florida. Was shot up back in so long ago now. 2014. I'm taking a guess. I really don't remember the year.
That kind of sounds right though. But
that sounds right. Something like that. Anyways, this kid supposedly survived heroically, and he's very famous even now today. He's like the guy who's trying to take away your Second Amendment rights all the time. Just graduated from Harvard school last year. Just graduated from Harvard, and God knows what, but he did. And anyways, this was him at the school being interviewed, because his interview went viral. But what people didn't get to see was the hot takes from that interview. You get a packaged version, but this is what the interview actually looked like. This is just a hot mic camera.
So it actually, wow, it happened in 2018, but it happened But it happened on February 14th. It happened on Valentine's Day.
14th. Okay, yeah.
And you know,
Valentine's Day massacre.
I'm about to say, and Valentine's Day was actually like a real kind of like massacre too, I believe, right?
Yeah, there was the Valentine's Day massacre. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like old mob shit.
Right.
Yeah, this kid though was put on the front face of every school shooting ever since, being like, see, this is why I went through this horrible thing, and you need to take away AR guns, and right. But anyways, this is the day. This is hours after this guy came in and killed a whole bunch of people in a school, of which he survived. Right, him and a handful of other people that are now activists as well. This is not edited video. This is 100% the video, and this is what makes me tell people, like, you should watch this before you consider what you're seeing on TV. You know, somebody may have died at the Trump rally, somebody may have not, because to this day, you go to Wikipedia, Parkland shooting, they say all those people died, but you watch this and you tell me what happened. Okay, just it'll play for me. There you go.
Because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school. When we heard the first gunshot, we initially thought it was a drill. Actually, that was a bad choice. Okay, you're fine. Actually, that was a bad choice because the janitor. Sorry. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Honestly, when I was going out, I was kind of in. When I was going out, I was in shock. So most of my friends that made it out, one of them went into a bathroom in the same, I believe, in the same hallway as the shooter. Oh, hold on. One of them went into the same bathroom, I believe, as the hallway shooter. He was in there at the same time, and he was in the bathroom, and he didn't know if he was going to live.
Yeah.
So we thought this
Sure.
was a drill too, just another
It's
one.
real.
We have a lot
Wow. You know, and that's what I was also thinking, because they said quite a few people died at J6. And then I heard something like, maybe not. And then I'm like, it's like, I don't know any way to even confirm it, because they've got like family of these people and documentaries that are saying that they know they lost their loved one, and you know, they kind of went off on the QAnon stuff and, you know, lost them forever. And he went to J6 and it's like, but then you hear that like people are saying like those people, that stuff isn't real. I don't know. And it's just.
I know one thing, that video is real. I know that video is real. And I know that like, I also have the video of good old Robbie Parker, freaking dad from Sandy Hook, laughing before getting to the podium and going, I'm so sorry that today, 2 seconds ago, bro, you were having the biggest laughs could have, and your son just died? Seems a bit strange. Seems like something I wouldn't do if my son just died. Just start laughing and go, guys, watch this. I'm so sad today. Oh. He didn't and not produce a tear either. It was just that nothing. It's like a little kid when they get hit and they don't actually hurt, and so they're looking for your reaction to start crying. You know, kids will be like, and if you go, oh, then they start crying. Like, that's Robbie Parker. Look up the last Buffalo shooting, dude. Blast air out of his. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Somebody gets it. Somebody gets it in the comments. Thank goodness. Oh no, girl, you're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, guys.
There you go.
I don't think Trump did. I don't. It's still something that's saying no.
I don't know. All I know is I don't know, and that bothers me. I don't know, and like after this live, and I know my freaking co-host Mike is gonna force me to have this conversation on Wednesday.
Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna be forced to have this stupid conversation that I do not want to have, because it still negates the reality of things, which is everybody's lying, and isn't that a problem? Like, until people want to have that conversation, I am not talking about Trump after the airing. I'm just not doing it. Love him. I just got my new MAGA hat in the mail 2 days ago. So it's not me not supporting Trump. It's me not supporting the system of lies that has enraptured everything on earth. And the pure ignorance of it, it's disgusting. And people have got to get a grip with the fact it's not the left, it's not the right, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not black, it's not white. It's a problem. And it does not have any sort of care for your religion, race, creed, color, or location. And it's beyond that.
Yeah, but the problem is that people don't know what to do, because people say, okay, we'll get together and we'll stand on our constitutional rights and all that kind of stuff. But what happens when the Constitution is suspended?
Good point.
You know, and it's just like, that's why I'm saying it pays for us to be better to each other. Because if we're good to each other and we just building on our own, then we don't have that. They're not a threat. They're not a threat. You know what I mean? But they're a threat because we can't work together. We can't work together because someone has a gay son, or, somebody is a Democrat, or someone's a Republican, or someone doesn't like non-vaxxers, someone doesn't like vaxxers. It's just a fight within a fight. Someone, they believe in flat earth, they believe in globe earth. It's just a fight.
Jokes on everyone, it's a cube.
Yeah.
Now, jokes on everyone, it's a triangle.
And now Terrence Howard has got a new fight saying that 1 times 1 is 2. So, so now
I've never been good at math. I'm not even going to argue the fool. I ain't good at math. I know my strong suit, and it's not arithmetic. So
math is not
2 + 2 equals 5. 2 don't it, Dave?
Santana knows when math starts getting involved, it's like, okay, here you go. Here's your part. There's your part.
That's definitely not mine. That belongs to Texas Instruments. I have nothing to do with numbers. My numbers are, I already know too much with numbers. Numbers follow me. Right. Did I break down for you the weirdness of my 33 this year? I did it on my.
Yes, you showed me.
It went further than that. Like, it went further. It went even crazier, because the numbers 8, 5, and 33 are like my everyday, and 13, right? 13, 8, 5, and 33, because 8th month, born 5th day. It went even further than when I posted, because if you look at my natal chart, I have 5 planets in the 8th house. Again, it's my birthday again. 5 planets, 8th house, right? And then beyond that, if you look at what is it? I just had it too. It was so prominent in my mind, and now it's evaded me, but it was good. It's something that has to do with my natal chart, the 8th and the 5 and the 33. But I broke it down so many ways, actually. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this is in this notebook. It's either in here or it could not be. But I would assume it's in here, because this is my pretty book with all the stars on it. See, it's got all stars and stuff. I would imagine it's in my star book, but maybe I didn't. Oh, there it is. Oh, I do have it. Like, this is a beautiful mind looking nonsense. Look at this. Like, that's too many numbers and all sorts of just nonsensical.
Oh man, I really wish Miriam was on here right now, because she has been into 3s like crazy lately. And she would love that. She would love what you have right there.
Oh, the word 33 in Hebrew comes out to 1328, which equals out to a 5. Again, my birthday, right? There, between my birthday and this year, there has been 5 times my birthday fell on a Monday, which it does again this year. The day I was born was also on a Monday. So there's been 5 leap year Monday, August 5th since 1900. There's been 5 August Mondays since the year I was born, right? Mm-hmm. And August 5th is the 148th day of the year, right? Mm-hmm. And there's 60 65 left in the year, 58. No, so it's 58 days left in the year, or 58 weeks left in the year. Not weeks. What am I thinking here? I've got this written down. 218th leap day on the leap year is the 11th. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So 8th house, 5 placements. The year 2024 comes out to 8th. I was born in 8th month. Oh, that's what it was. The tarot card. The tarot card. 5th house is ruled by Leo, which I'm born August 5th. I am a Leo. Okay. The card that represents the Leo in the tarot is the strength card. The card number is not number 5. It's key 8. It's the 8th card.
The 8th
house, 8-5. There it is again.
Yeah.
That was the last one I was trying to think about. That's called key 8. Key 8 is Leo's card, the strength card, but it represents the 5th house. And I'm born August 5th, 8-5. And I also happen to have 5 planets in the 8th house, of them including my sun sign, which is Leo, 8th house, which is Scorpio. And I have 5 planets that share the 8th house as a 33, life path 33. This year I turned 33, and I did all that figuring it out 33 days before I turned 33, which now it's like 2 weeks. But yeah, it's weird. It's very good.
So basically you're saying that
this is my year to elevate.
So basically you're saying that your birthday party is going to be the shit this year. Party. What am I, 21? 21? I'm probably gonna I'm gonna roll a fat one. No, you have an ascension party. Like I'm having, like, who has ascension parties? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's my Christ consciousness year. I'm very excited for that. It doesn't mean lots of crazy things. Even the word August in Hebrew comes out to 85, which it comes out to 13, which is my mother's birthday, right? The 1-3-13. Of course it does. Monday comes out to an 11, which is interesting. My mother and my father's, his life path comes out to an 8. My father's life path is an 8.
Oh my God. So Mike is in the audience. He says, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So I wonder if he heard you when you said you're going to have the Trump conversation again.
Probably did.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Why don't you bring him on stage?
But I'm gonna tell you something. No, I actually have to go. It's 1:00 now, and I wanted to pick your brain. I didn't want to beat you up too much because I know you really, really are like not feeling this.
I'm not. I ain't even ashamed of it. I'm not. Like, it hurts my feelings as a human being to watch my fellow human beings fall for stupid shit. This is what it comes down to. Mike is mad at nothing. Mike, you've been in diligent space all day. Don't act like you haven't been, bro. Don't fucking come at me sideways, bro. I know you've been in diligent space all damn day.
I can't.
Let me Chris. It crashed, and that's why you mad. Let's see here.
Oh, he was in a space that crashed.
Is that what it is? Let's see.
That's
where's
hilarious.
Let me
now
see.
Look, now you're trying to get on the money team. Look.
Diligent space is still going, bro. What happened? Surprised.
I don't know. But I
want to wrap it up. Yep.
Yeah. I want to wrap it up because I don't want this to be too long because I don't want to be inundated. But I definitely was curious. I just wanted to know, like, I was trying to gauge, like, what is the consensus? Like, what are people thinking? And the answer is people aren't thinking at all. I don't think that
they're reacting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think that people are really thinking about what's happening because what happened on the 13th is a big deal. It's a big deal. Like
13th is a big deal.
Yeah,
13th is a big deal.
And we've been showing you guys, and I haven't even gone down the whole 13 pattern because it's like so obvious at this point. But you guys know that me, Santana, and Destiny have shown multiple accounts where it just so happens that these events happen on the 13th, or something happens 13 years afterwards, or
Or
13,
13
whatever.
months or something.
Exactly. You know, it just so happens that this number has something to do with it. And the answer is that we really don't know where we live, guys. And we are being denied information that these people who are creating all this chaos, they have the access to. But what I really don't want people to think is that these people are just like mad wizards or something like that, and they have like some kind of like special capabilities that you don't have. You know what I mean? It's all they have is access to knowledge. That's it.
I just want to say, like, Morgan, you get it. I don't know if Morgan's a man or a woman. It's a unisex name, but I'm going to take a stab and say it's a woman just
Leo,
because of knowledge.
creativity, children, fun, and pleasure.
No, that it's bad to have 5 planets in the 8th house. You feel my pain, friend. You feel my pain. Yeah, it sucks. 5 planets in the house of death and loss and secrets. Yeah, it's great. That includes my Venus, my Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. All of them.
The last time, you know, I had so this must be something that happens during a birthday, because this Santos was explaining my birth chart to me during the time of my birthday. And I had 5 planets all clustered, and in fact, actually no, all of my 5 planets were clustered at the eclipse.
In your sign, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mine aren't in my sign though. Mine are all in a different sign. They're all technically in Scorpio.
Wow.
They're all actually Virgo. I have a stellium in Virgo. It's just my Leo and my Jupiter are very close, but they're in the same house. Doesn't mean they're in the same sign, but they're in the same house. They're all in the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, Saturn energy, gross crap. You know, taboo, sex. It's heavy. It's all about sex, secrets, inheritance, taboo, and death. Lots of death. And I'm like, I don't have any parents anymore. Like most of my friends and family have died. So yeah, no, the 8th house really comes with its perks of nothing. It's a joke. It's a horrible placement. You're right.
I knew what you were saying.
You're right, Morgan. It is bad. It is really bad. Virgos do rule. That's what's up, though.
Well, you know what? We're in a weird energy right now that's taking place. Period.
I want to see what the planetary placement is for today, because it feels like some gross nonsense.
I don't know, throw it up, because I'm telling you, it's some weird energy going through this joint right now. And I'm telling you, this has been going on since when my brother passed. Like that, and that was a 13 situation too.
That was
a 13 situation too.
Here's a planetary. Oh, gross. Okay, Saturn in Pisces retrograde. Yuck. 2 Pisces retrogrades. I got Neptune and Saturn and Pluto in Aquarius first. Nasty. And I don't like Cancer energy as it all moon in Scorpio. Great. Nobody conveying their true feelings today. That's wonderful. Mercury, and that's why I'm being so damn rambunctious. You got my Venus and Mercury and Leo. Well, yeah, and Mars Taurus. So that's why I'm so fucking stubborn. And Jupiter Gemini. It's actually not bad. Jupiter and Gemini. I have nothing to complain about that. Or the Uranus and Taurus. That's fair. All the other placements are just horse crap. I don't like them. I was born under 5 retrogrades though, so I mean, I'm not going to complain forever, I guess.
Well, all I can tell you is you ain't gonna be able to change nothing, so just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Oh, Morgan said you got Mars conjunct Uranus over Apple. That's not good energy.
Yeah, y'all speaking Jupiterian to me, because none of this. I don't do all.
It's all fugazi. It's the kind of fugazi I find entertaining compared to the shit that most people.
No, it's very, very entertaining. I love this kind of stuff, but I don't read it the same way that y'all do. Like y'all understand it. Like y'all would have an fluent conversation about this.
I'm biased. I don't like Scorpio. I don't like Aquarius. I don't like Cancer. They're all just they like to fuck with your emotions and can't. Yeah, they say Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn. They just want to fuck with your emotions. Okay, they don't even love you. Like they don't. They just want to play with your feelings. and they make themselves look better somehow in the process. And there's too much of that energy in the charts today, and I already have so much scorpionic energy that I'm just not with it. I'm just not with it. Like,
so what's up with that? The Pisces has a 13 in it.
What do you mean Pisces has a 13 in it?
It says Saturn 19, Pisces 13, RX. What is that?
Oh, that's the degree. You're looking at the degrees, the order
Okay.
of the degrees there. So that's how far along it is in that sign, right? It's going retrograde though. So it'll go from, instead of going 13 to 14, it'll go 13, 12, 11, 10. It'll go backwards.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You've got, yeah, wow. Well, you've got Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, all in retrograde. I mean, honestly, I think that the Leo placements is keeping everybody together today, if you're going to ask me the truth. Like that and the Taurus and Uranus, but not with that conjunct, it's not. So never mind. Just the Leo placements keeping it together as usual.
Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know. What do you guys think? Y'all drop some comments. Let us know what you guys think about what's to come, because I think it's kind of, honestly, I think it's kind of juvenile to even like be asking, was it staged or whatever? Like, and unless you're asking the question, did Trump stage it? Like, I think that's a legitimate question to ask. I don't think so, but I think that's at least a legitimate question to ask. Asking whether if it was staged or not is, I mean, all hits are staged. All hits are orchestrated. And that's what happens. That guy did, and I can also tell you that guy did not miss on purpose. For the people who also think that, like, oh, well, you know, they could have just nicked him on his ear on purpose. Like, well, I guess you probably just never shot a gun before, because it doesn't work like that. This is I'm serious. Like, it's like,
I know, I'm just laughing.
But you hear so many people say things like that, and it's like,
I've never been shot. I've been stabbed before, but I don't know how a shooting goes. I've never been shot. I've shot somebody, accidentally shot. Well, I intentionally shot my brother when I was little, but it was just a flesh wound. He's fine. And I was so little, I didn't know what I was doing.
But what I'm saying
like 4
is,
years old.
where Trump got shot on his ear, that's not an intentional mistake.
I don't think so. It's a really incredible one if it is.
Exactly. Like, I mean, like, they should not have killed him. They should have, like, archived his brain to see how his brain functioned in order for him to shoot this little portion of his ear like that, with a hat on and hair. You know, like, it's not like it was just a perfectly exposed, you know, element. So no, I think it's kind of silly to do that. Honestly, I do, and I'm all for saying that all of these people are pieces of shit and liars and all of that kind of stuff. But Secret Service is compromised, and I don't know how Trump is going to navigate.
I have a city alert calling me right now. Hold on. What is this nonsense?
Alert. Please listen and follow instructions.
An excessive heat warning.
Excessive heat warning?
Confirm receipt. Press 2 to replay this message. To unsubscribe from future phone notifications, thank you. Your response has been received.
I don't even know how hot it is. I ain't been outside since this morning.
Oh, I was gonna tell you that August is gonna be one of the hottest months that you are gonna ever experience. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, and it's even going to be hot. It's going to be hot in the fall too. We're going to have like another hot Halloween. We haven't had
a hot ass couple years. Okay, we were in a solar maximum, baby. We are walking into one quickly. I should say running into one. It's gonna be hot. The climate change activists are gonna have so much like clout the next couple of years because they're gonna be right. It is about to get a lot warmer, folks.
Yeah.
Like
August,
happens every 11 years. You know?
August is gonna be really hot. They're gonna turn up the heat on. You're gonna start hearing Jay-Z's name in August. They're gonna start turning up the heat on those things, and they're gonna start trickling in.
What happened to Diddy?
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna start trickling in Diddy. Yeah, they're gonna.
Did he do it?
that's going to be the filler stuff, because don't forget, we have a trial of the century coming up. Don't forget that. So, you know, they have so many wheels rolling. They have so many things going right now. But I really think that President Trump needs to go to some type of military base or something like that. And that
Camp
is what,
David. Go to
yeah.
Camp David. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what they would have to do, debates and stuff like that. I do not think that it's wise that, considering what just happened, I don't think that it is safe for him to do that because his security is compromised.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly compromised.
Yeah. So
I
I
would,
mean,
they'd all be fired. I'm
they-
sorry, I know some good ones gotta go.
but they
But
all,
I can't trust, you know, because either y'all can't choose between each other who is fake, and they ain't telling me. Either way, I need a higher echelon of learning.
every last one of them needs to be fired.
I want whoever the queen had. Give me the queen's people.
Right.
Nothing. The bitch was like 1,000 years old when she died. No attempts. Bitch was old as dirt. Never had any attempts. Where's her security? Hire the dudes with the muff hat men. Where's the muff hat men? Because they're the ones that they can keep shit secure.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's just so crazy, and I just think that people really need to really pay attention to what's taking place and really start asking the right questions. Like I said, get with the people who you're cool with, and really try to build some real relationships of substance, because shit's about to get weird. I can tell you that shit's about to get weird, and it's about to get really fucking hot. And heat and weirdness, and
I'm baking the sun today. That's my new thing to say, sun baking, because Hitch Slap says that. He's Australian. They don't say tanning, they say sun baking. So
and they also say oh gosh, wait a minute,
berry floss instead of cotton candy.
I'm trying to think what Santana's got to know. Santana, what do the Australians say when they're talking about bunking? They bunk. That's what they do when they have make love. They call it bunking. They bunk. That's
what is debunking? What is debunking? You can't unscrew someone. There's a lot of people out there that wish they could unscrew somebody, but you can't undo that diddle once it's been done. We all know that. So they're what is pre-bunking then? Is that like, you know, like that?
I don't know. I didn't ask those questions.
Look at Australians. There's the reason you're down under, because you're crazy. Criminals, all a bunch of criminals, crazy criminals.
Yeah, but
they lost the emu war. They lost a war to emus. Emus won, Australia 0. That still blows my mind. That's a fact. You can look it up. Who won the emu war? Emus won the emu war. That's who won.
They're impressive birds. What can I say?
They're practically dinosaurs.
Yeah, they are. They're like prehistoric. Yeah.
I wouldn't go against them, but that's their dumb fault for trying to fight freaking emus. The dinosaur fight. Have fun.
They said somebody said they call it bumping. I thought it was bunking. Bumping.
Bumping uglies. I've heard that before. I've heard that plenty of times.
Yeah, bumping uglies. I never heard bumping uglies. Santos told me it's bunking. I remember because we were laughing about something before, and he was saying that's what they call it in Australia.
Yeah, bumping uglies, the beast of two backs, knocking boots. You know, all the great words. Knocking boots is one of my favorites. I think that's because you know, knocking the headboard, knocking boots, bumping uglies, the beast of two backs, getting it on. Like what? I mean, what? I don't know how many other words there is for fucking, but
there's a lot.
There's certainly a lot.
There's a lot.
I would know. I'm celibate, so I wouldn't know. But y'all nasties out in the world. Gross.
You bumping uglies.
You guys are bumping uglies and nasty stuff. I don't even entertain such activity. Ugh.
Knocking boots, yeah, knocking boots.
Knocking
the other
boots.
one. Mm-hmm. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. Remember that song?
Yeah, that sounds the bomb.
all that to say is, I really think that it does not make sense for Trump to be traveling and going to these other. Oh, and the other thing that I was thinking about was, you know, those ex-military MAGA patriots and stuff like that. They probably going to start going around doing their own details when Trump is coming to their city, you know, and making sure that, you know, everything is okay, you know, on the outside and stuff like that. Now that they see the incompetence of Secret Service, do you understand the level of national security that has been raised, being as though the entire world saw the buffoonery going on with the president's Secret Service? Because regardless if you like Trump or he's president or not now, he's a president. He was the president of the United States. That shit is not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely a lapse in something security.
Yeah, and clearly it is clearly obvious that it is Secret Service. Like there's no question about it. So who is allowing Donald Trump to still run around with the Secret Service if he is? And if he's not, who is he running around with? And, you know, this doesn't make any sense. And what kind of mental, where is he mentally, knowing that literally his security, the people who are responsible for someone not shooting him, let someone set up on a roof to shoot him? So I don't really know what that looks like. And but I do know that he probably should be doing his rallies and stuff from a military base.
Yeah, I would suggest he do the same.
Yeah, because it's not worth, I mean, all of his people, they will appreciate him doing those things virtually or whatever. They will appreciate him the same way. They don't want him to get killed. I can tell you that. And I can tell you that they're getting ready to try to poison Trump. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Alex Jones said the same exact thing. And I typically, you know, he kind of drives me crazy most of the time. But he even said himself, like, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. This is what's going to happen. They're not going to stop. They need to take Trump out. They really need him out of there. So you already got the 78-year-old man eating McDonald's every day. I don't really know what we're really expecting from this man. I think that what people are expecting of Trump is actually kind of ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. I'm just saying, this is a 78-year-old man. Okay.
Right. Yeah, he did just have a 78, didn't he?
Huh?
He did just turn 78.
He just turned 78 years old. He does not eat well. You know, he's not in shape. You know, he's traveling. He's not probably sleeping a whole lot. You know, that's a lot of wear and tear on a young person. Imagine being 78 years old doing that shit.
We really need to start putting limits on being president, like age limits on some real shit. Like you really need that. Because with all just too many old people in politics. They need to young it up a little bit.
What are the MAGA people? What does everybody want to do? Because it is not unreasonable for a 78-year-old man to transcend. That's not an unreasonable thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen then? I mean, it's not unreasonable for that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. What do we do with people like Kamala? Like, I don't know. I gotta go though. I gotta pee so bad.
I gotta go too. I got my kids. Julie.
I've been here drinking water the whole time. And I'm like, this is a bad choice.
Oh man, no, go ahead. All right, guys, we'll catch up with you guys later. Des, I will talk to you. Love you. And
love you.
Out.
Bye.
Bye.